This is absolutely insane. And here's why. I'm Jaden. I'm here with Andy. I'm here with Zane. I'm here with Ross. And I'm here with Jackson. And if you thought that was crazy, what's really crazy is that we just spent the past couple hours trying to fix the sound. So if it sounds pretty good, please leave a like. If it doesn't, leave a dislike so that I know how well I did. Seriously, do it. Also, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like this sort of thing. This thing that we're doing is actually Dungeons & Dragons. It's got a bit of a sci-fi twist. It has since the beginning. It's episode something, and you should be excited for it because we're ready for tonight's episode of Orbit 21. That intro was amazing. It was made by Zane, you know? Oh, shucks. I know. You guys thought it was AI, but...
I thought you were talking about your intro.
Scott is AI. That's been the secret.
But isn't Zane Scott? So isn't Zane an AI? Scott's character art's an AI.
Though our heroes defeated the forces of ORB-1, they suffered some casualties. Ewan fell unconscious, while Jovethor and Kane sustained serious injuries. Scott, that little wuss, ran away and survived.
I was killing people. I was running around.
Oh, down 24. I'm fine.
His actions caused Memory to perish in the battle.
I did not drive the tank.
Kane's devastating nuclear strike delivered the final blow, yet Jovethor emerged as the battle's champion through his brilliance, hacking the enemy tank.
Yeah. Okay.
The nearly disabled tank crashed into ORB's one entrance, forcing the doors open and creating an access point. What emerges? In the midst of the smoke, outside this large industrial complex, the gate sits smashed open. And the four of you, plus the body in the arms of Scott, convene outside the gate.
His sister, Memory.
Is it my sister?
Yeah.
So we say something like sorta robotic, like my previous mining bosses. Why cruel world?
All right. So Jovethor is going to go over and attend to Ewan and just see if he's alive.
Got the clown out there.
Oh, is he all the way up there?
Yep.
Why don't you bring him down? Oh, no, Jovethor would just monkey his way up there.
Okay, good.
Times.
Kind of out of breath, spell was.
Yes, and he's gonna check on Ewan and would use Spare the Dying.
Clear.
Yes, just to make sure that he's
Get the light
stable. Yeah.
Yes, he's stable.
Yes.
As you defibrillate him using the power of your electric gauntlets.
Oh, shucks.
He is, for the sake of fun and roleplay, at 1 hit point. Oh yeah, so has awoken. Were you already at 1, or had you been healed?
No, I hadn't been healed at all.
Okay, so then you are at 1 hit point, and Memory is at 0.
Can I... So, like, I'm now looking at the corpse
Yes, it's...
of Memory.
She's missing some skin, and you see beneath her skeletal structure is metallic.
So, can I'm going to kind of pull a little thing I did back with Tobin Kell's bot, and just kind of like find her spinal column and just go... And can I just see what is up with this corpse?
Poetically, as you sort of reach your cord to the back of her neck, her face sort of folds away, right, flouts. And you see like this flat, almost ceramic-like face of what hers used to be, the hair coming from within. because that's cool in sci-fi.
Yeah.
And you plug into the back of her head. Go ahead and give me a data check.
And while he's doing this, Jotho is going to help Ewan get down from the tower. And
Yes. Well, he's capable, and his suit does sort of allow him to move a bit easier than others. It may be a bit of exo capability.
17.
Okay, 17. What are you doing, Kane?
I think I'm helping, Joe, Thor, and Ewan.
Okay.
Because I was in that area.
Ewan, you have 2 arms outstretched over the shoulders of your compatriots as you all move closer to the gateway. Scott stands plugged into memory. You see his eyes sort of, if he had pupils, would glaze over, but instead he stares off into the wall's direction. And in the distance, faded from your perception, comes back the sound of a protest, of a battle in the distance. You recognize in the time that you've sat here that no one has yet to come out of the gate.
Zane, are you going to do something?
You mean come into the...
No, like almost out of the doorway.
the doorway.
we broke.
I mean, I'm kind of like zonked out.
Okay.
Did we good?
Well,
You take care of I'll go look for
Leo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leo. Start going to
Yeah, so you go
correct.
towards the door and you recognize that there is only a small space for you to fit through unless you want to climb over the tank. But either way, some sort of something you're going to have to choose. Do you want to climb over the tank or do you want to...
Soon as more, you have to climb over the tank to get to the...
Yeah, to get to the cracked area, or did you want to sort of try and crawl underneath and slide your way through?
I want to climb over the tank.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check, as some of the shrapnel is making it difficult.
And while he's doing that and keeping an eye on Ewan, Joffa was going to try and get a hold of Leo. It's like, Leo, we're sending...
11.
Leo, we're going to try and send someone in to get you. Can you read me?
You hear a groan, a low guttural sort of grunt that indicates pain.
Hey, Kane, be ready. The tank may have injured him a little bit.
It takes you a longer time than you would have hoped. You climb one foot in front of the other. As you sort of touch this tank, you feel a bit of the residual energy, making it somewhat dangerous to touch. And as you get over the top of the tank and towards the threshold, you see it is a man. It is a man with a simple gear. He has goggles on his head and looks not too dissimilar from a memory stand-in, but this time much more grizzled and with age and male. His likeness inspired the look of memory, it seems. However, this person is dealing with what could potentially be a broken leg. I need you to make a medicine check.
Ooh, much better.
Why is medicine wisdom?
Because
Gonna do well.
we'll answer that in a second.
Okay, 22.
22. This is no simple broken leg.
I know, simple broken leg.
His leg seems to be locked in place. The way that he had leapt to the side or withstood an impact left his left leg stuck in a straight position.
Oof. So it popped out a joint. Maybe.
Either way, he lie on the ground and you're going to have to go down and grab him.
I'm gonna go down and grab him.
Okay. You go down and you grab him. You're not particularly strong, but it is going to make your climb back no mere DC 10.
All right. I think we can do this.
Go ahead and make an athletics check to climb back over.
We'll try. That is better. 21.
21.
Wow. Okay.
Even with the difficult, person walking up there with you, you manage to climb the tank. and get past the shrapnel and the potential electrical issues that I have added to the scenario. However, you see as you emerge from the space, Scott, once again, still in his trance. Scott, you see a digital world, a series of grid-like neon lights in an imaginative space, not too dissimilar from the dream pods from a while ago back on Mars. You see in the distance that storm, that cloud of wisps, of energies, of ghosts, of whatever that is, has moved closer to the cityscape that is this digital world. Now in your arms is a digital person. You see their heart beating within a little illumination, sort of a pulsing light, as you are also made of similar light.
Like Neo's Matrix vision.
Similar, but this time more cyberpunk.
So,
Or Tronny.
yeah, a little,
A little more Tron, a little less Matrix.
90s punk or whatever it is.
Neopunk.
So I just kind of, so I have this this filter of how I'm seeing things, and her heart is still beating.
Yeah, there's like a sort of pulse.
Can I like put some of my energy into that heartbeat?
Do something about it.
You understand that this will cost you. If you're to make this decision, do you choose to accept?
I mean, it's memory. I gotta.
All right. I'm going to need you to spend 3 of your hit dice.
3 hit dice. Dang.
Well, it's you're putting your nanites in her.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
As she sort of awakens in the dream space. But Kane, you see Scott still stationary despite his revelation. A little bit of dramatic irony for you. But, well, either way, just saying for the audience's sake, she's not moving. You've given her life in the dream space.
Baby. I can't see that.
So she's sort of, her eyes open, made of light yet still. And Ewan, you understand just instinctively that given enough time, those soldiers are going to come back. So you guys need to figure out what you're going to do.
Or the mob.
Yeah, but even eventually,
Not as good. Yeah.
I mean, I'd say we are probably more capable than most mobsters. They have numbers, we have skill.
I don't think it's like a bunch of gangsters coming up. It's
Yeah, no, that's
Rioters.
It's people who want the internet.
peaceful protest.
Okay, so what are you gonna say to us, oh soldier boy?
They're going to come back. We all know it.
All right,
I think we need to find Leo. Get the hell out of here.
I got him.
all right.
Well, is there time for that?
Scott, do you have memory?
Can I hear them right now?
Yes.
I do.
All right.
She's still
Yeah.
with us.
She what? Okay, well, let's get onto the ship. Let's get out of here. And then we can deal with. Make sure if she's still with us, make sure she doesn't leave. Ewan, are you good to fly?
We'll see.
All right.
Am I able to move in this state?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right.
You move, Scott. You have sort of a double vision outlining the city itself.
Oh, do I notice anything on our way to the ship?
It's a great question. Make a perception check.
While he's doing that, Jofo will go over and help Kane with Leo, and he's good enough. He's good enough.
Go one hit.
And then I'm gonna tell you and run ahead and start the engine. We need to figure out how to get out of here.
10-4.
Guys cross the courtyard and get to the ship. But in the meantime, Scott, 7. Scott is looking through the lights and can't seem to get his bearing. All he does is follow you. So you guys get to the ship. Even if it was under cloak, you are aware of where it is and you find it quickly. The ramp shows down before you and you climb up and are able to get into the ship, no problem. However, the situation still is difficult in that there is no ability to travel through the intergap, given the power surge that took place not too long ago.
Right.
So you start up the ship and head in which direction?
Let's see. Is our wing still torn off?
No, we did fix it.
I fixed it enough.
How well did we fix that?
Some quick welding proved that it should be fine unless it takes any further crazy damage.
Is it seaworthy?
Sure.
Space worthy.
Yes.
Space-worthy for sure, because there's no forces acting upon it other than its own direction.
Right. Icy vacuum of space.
Okay. So,
Technically, there's always
Right.
force being applied when two things are stuck together. So the wing is applied to the ship.
yeah. Okay. So Jovthor will tell you, and just fly in any direction. We need to come up with a quick plan. And then Jovthor is going to go over to the computer and look up to see where the nearest intergap gate is, other than like the nearest to Earth.
You're looking up in your personal computer and in your
No.
ship.
Yes. Yeah. The
Or his own memory.
You're
Yeah.
attempting to track through something that would require the internet.
would that not?
You're trying to
be-
find a map, basically, is what you're trying to find.
Yeah, either a map or a listing of all of the intergap
sites.
the ORB sites, so that I can just look to see which one is closest, so that we can go to that one.
The answer is the moon, of course.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. Anyone opposed to us just trying to get out of here and get to the moon?
No, let's go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ewan, take us to the moon.
You got it.
In a grunt and a push of his shoulder blades, yes, Zane, we see you.
I didn't see him. Who's Zane?
Oh, he forgot the lights.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
He rolled 20 on stealth.
Zane, we still see you. There is his back. There it is.
I forgot that he forgot that.
He was like, oh, there it is. I thought it was dramatic. It's cool.
We shouldn't have said anything.
No.
Just ignored it.
Or miss an opportunity to.
So the reason that medicine was wisdom is because in Dungeons and Dragons, it was initially designed to be a sort of a sword and sorcery setting. And if you're familiar with sort of sword and sorcery, Conan, and similar stories, the wisdom skill represented, like Gandalf and like all of those other characters, right? The understanding of sort of medicine like a witch doctor, right? Like a medicine like a druid, right?
Okay.
So that's
Yep.
why wisdom, right? It's the balancing of the four, alchemical fluids or whatever it is. It's that kind of a wisdom because
Okay.
it's true
Right.
in that context.
Right.
In this case, medicine could have theoretically been rolled with intelligence.
But we'll stick to what's in here. But
So
Yeah.
what?
If like medicine intelligence would be like diagnosis, but medicine wisdom would be like knowing what, treatment.
It's interesting, to say the least.
okay.
How
Sorry.
do you do it in your games? Let me know in the comments.
Yep.
I will read it, and then I will try to apply it to my own in the future.
Don't forget to tell Jaden how the Raleigh is.
While they are headed over to roll21.com to buy merch, what are you doing? You're flying to the moon, of course. You missed that, Zane, while you were crawling. So, as we all head to the moon, you are going to surpass the atmosphere.
Try to do something that.
I'll just say that you are you're unbothered, headed up in sight. You cross the, threshold.
Well, in that case, we now need to it takes a little bit of time. A little bit.
I totally agree.
We'd have some conversation with Leo Cray.
You do.
First off, with the getting his leg fixed, I guess.
So let me walk through the scene, if you will. Maybe we'll fade to black and then refade up into the scene. So you see Ewan, who is badly bruised, banged up. His suit is a bit scratched in multiple places to the point where he's going to need some serious maintenance to get himself back to normal. Possibly just 8 hours of sleep. And then
I'm very tired.
he is still yet driving the ship towards the moon. You see the big ball of light in the sky that reflects the real ball of light is where you're headed. And then we continue to go back into the room. Who do we see next that is not talking to Leo?
Jovthor, he is looking over Memory's body, and just being the mechanic that he is, just kind of looking.
Well, hold on.
You're nearby for
Have I disconnected from her?
Would you like to not?
I mean, does that take away my matrix vision?
Does it?
Does it?
What are you doing? Make a decision.
I mean, I've figured I would have followed this till
I agree.
I revived her.
He is connected still then, I suppose.
So it's you and Jovthor.
Well, I guess I'm assuming like as we just got back to the ship, I would have immediately resumed.
Yeah.
What's that?
We'll say you put her down, and then obviously you guys begin to fly to space. But Scott, you're sort of seeing the city fade away from your view as you fly into space. And there's a little bit of a connection that does feel mystical in a way. So it is difficult to sort of unpack all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, at least in my head, a story reason why maybe it does take a long time. So maybe Jovthor does walk up as you are knelt over her, or maybe you placed her on a table.
Was her face open?
In the cargo hold, right? Maybe her skin has been largely peeled away. Her clothing removed. No modesty for a robot.
You're not human.
And you are knelt over her. So Jovthor joins you as you are sort of just connected, staring as you see this pulse has grown brighter. This pulse has allowed her some semblance of perception.
And Jovthor says, "Do you need the room?"
So does Jovthor perceive any sort of pulsing or thing, or does he just see an inanimate android at the moment?
Yes, if she were a biscuit, she'd be limp.
Okay.
So can I attempt to communicate in this digital state?
Absolutely. What was it that you'd like to say?
Are you there?
I'll say to the man.
I'm trying to determine if she's conscious or if it's just the
Stasis.
Yeah. If your sound could echo into the endless trek of a mirror on both sides. It almost sort of echoes as you call forth into the darkness. She's right next to you, but she feels miles and miles away. And you hear a response, as if it had traveled miles and miles, echoes overlapping. It is a soft whisper of help me.
I am trying.
The sound comes back. Yet again, help.
Okay, can I, how much do I know? Do I have an instinct about what to do here to further help her? Do I understand whether or not it's something I just give it time, or is there something I can initiate?
Make an insight check. In the meantime, I am going to cut to, I think that's, I don't want to know yet because I think it's going to be awesome. I'm going to cut to Kane as he is speaking to Leo Cray, as Leo Cray's leg is put in a splint and held tight still, but being readjusted by Kane a little bit.
Kovarak, I can put this back. I've done it before. But also, you are the guy we're looking for, right?
Oh, yes, I am indeed. What happened to Scott? He doesn't seem to be following his programming.
Which time? A lot has happened to us, all of us.
Well, and he extends his hand, despite the pain in his leg. I am Leonard Cray. Who are you?
Oh, I guess I'm Kane Carson.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Carson. I am thankful for you saving my life.
Oh, that's... Oh, you're great, I guess. Yeah. Saving. Okay. Wait, but there was more stuff we had to do, wasn't there? This is nice and all, but... What was it? Wait, you were the one who call us all together, weren't you?
Oh, yes, sort of. I only saw the dossier briefly.
But why?
We had a reading that came from Al. Al is offline, right?
Yes, maybe.
We had a reading that came from Al, and, well, it led us to believe that in order to, quote, save the universe, you know how it is with text engines, they just sort of reply cryptically to whatever you ask them, and then you have to go for it. But in this case, we believe that cryptically had an intention of saving the universe from some unseen threat. And so we said, who could stop it? And the answer wasn't us. So we reached out, put every single name in the list, and the four of you were the answers. But I'm confused. There should be a fourth member. But instead, you have Scott.
Is it? Oh, wait, is Scott not the fourth? He was there since the beginning. He was the one who believed in me.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what to say. I just know that if there is a god out there, then he's cruel.
Well, it's yeah, but then how did you get into the ORB?
Strange music. I got into the ORB. Come to think of it, I don't remember. He turns to the side, you sort of see the back of his head. He's got a big, sort of burnt mark. Impact wound.
I thought you were going to say circuitry.
That's exactly where I felt that was headed to.
No, impact wound. He's going to be a little fuzzy.
Well, I know a lot about head wounds, believe.
Right.
So, that. Well,
What do you know?
what do you know?
It's a great question. I know a lot.
Oh. Where should we go? What are we doing?
We need to
Here.
save the universe.
Oh, how?
Good question. I'm just following... Well, we can call it the Directive.
I think I stopped one of them.
Soft one of what?
The big ones.
The big what?
It was trying to come through in the power thing at the ORB, but I stopped it. It stopped.
I'm very confused. Sometimes I swallow my own vomit. Is that what you mean?
I don't. Maybe. No, I don't. I never thought about it that way.
Many of us can hear this conversation. Just say room.
If they're up in the... You might be able to hear this conversation. Scott and I can't. That's why I'm staying quiet, or else I would have jumped in a long time ago.
I think we're up by Ewan.
Yeah.
Who's like
Lying.
flying the ship and that's it.
And napping. Sits here as autopilot.
Does it?
Well, sure. Teslas have autopilot. The fleet sure has autopilot.
If we don't know anything, then it's probably high time we ask someone who does.
Who's that? We always thought it was you.
No, it's the four of you. Three of you.
The answers were inside us all along.
It's the friends we made along the way.
All right.
Should I go inside myself for the answers?
That would probably cause us
I don't know.
already.
I don't know. I just don't know.
right, we'll hold off on that.
You see, it's an algorithm, right? It's you could just be a small butterfly in the effect that saves the universe. I'm starting to believe that more and more every second.
Butterflies are very susceptible to fire.
That's horrifying.
What? Andy, where are you going? What? Oh my gosh.
And he turns and he goes, "You, the one piloting the ship. Who are you? I'm Leonard Cray."
Ewan Benogly.
Ewan Benogly.
Not on our list.
What strange name.
You picked me. You don't get the right to complain.
Oh, I see. This is where you are all confused. I did not pick any of you. The algorithm did.
And I have a full right to complain.
And paid the algorithm. So, I'm not the Rubik's Cube.
Speaking about that,
Colored stickers you put on the outside.
if you made the algorithm, why did it try to kill most of the people here who were not?
It also tried to kill me. It's just following its directive.
You said 3 out of 4 of us are in the ship. Who's the 4th person? Who are we missing?
I only briefly got a chance to look at the dossier, but what I remember is that he wore sunglasses, had a golden arm, and was a total badass.
I want Ross in my mouth like Rupert Hayes, and he's like, yeah.
I really am just a poser. Damn. Just paint your arm gold.
See,
Well,
you threw Rupert Hayes at me, and I threw him right back.
I think I can tell you, he'll probably want to see us before long. We haven't really been on great terms with him.
Sure. What, are you also mentally retarded?
Only in the ways that matter.
What do you want?
We just got canceled hard. That was the end of the show. So good. All right. Okay. Yes, there's about.
All right. Are we going to cut away to a different seat in this?
My God, help me.
Okay, so before we know what is happening inside the mind, in the physical world,
Yes.
Jofo is going to walk up and he's going to,
Stop playing with the toes.
that only happened once. He's going to just kind of eye like her as a robot and be like, okay, what caused the damage? What is going on? How can I fix her to get her at least semi-operational?
I see. Go ahead and make a technology check. Seems like the right answer for me.
So yeah. Also, I rolled a 1 on my last check.
Insight.
On my insight,
On your insight?
which totals to 6.
Oh, man. I really had a super cool idea.
I know. I was trying to know I had.
25.
25 technology. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can't piggyback this to save the day. So either way, Scott, you are deeply investigating the emotions of a robot. Well done. As a robot. Well done. And so Jovthor steps up. Jovthor is an expert in all things batteries, all things power, all things energy. And so he looks down at this lifeless robot and notices just the faintest flicker of movement from the limbs. He traces that flicker to the mind and sees that the head is the source of this energy surge. However, when you flip a switch that would change a train, you're essentially, cutting off a direction. Her switch has been flipped.
Okay. Drift the tracks.
No, not going to do that. All right. So he's, just kind of acknowledges that, kind of looks through, and obviously I have no idea what's going on in their heads.
It's online. We'll wanna go.
I don't think Kayla quite gets
I know Zane is easy
down there right far,
eye stacking.
but that's exactly what's
I
happening.
mean, or
Why?
are we?
So that I'm ready to roll.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm ruining immersion.
Okay.
It's
So,
by that guy.
He's.
Flip the switch.
If I flip the switch, is it obvious what's going to happen?
No.
Okay. Obviously, not knowing what's going on in their mind, he's just going to flip the switch just to see if the twitching stops or
Starts.
So let me explain this. Ready? So you go over to the back of her head.
Yep.
And you see that Scott is connected. They're like Avatar.
Yeah, no, that works.
I see you.
Right. And you understand very, very quickly that the switch here is more of a unplugging.
Like unplugging and replugging?
No. Scott has applied his energy. He's just yet to unplug.
Mm.
So that means when I do unplug, she goes,
Something happens. A different track, if you will.
only I had some insight.
I know.
Situation.
All I can do is tell you what's going to happen technologically, but not insight.
Can I do a diagnostic technologically on the background while I'm doing this?
You have not enough information to make an educated decision.
I have data checks I can do.
Can I do something that narratively would very much fit my character and possibly fit this conversation?
Hit autopilot and do something else?
I was going to say the conversation with Leo Cray is very awkward. Just come in, see that's what they're doing, and unplug Scott.
Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, sure. Let's make this make sense. So, Ewan walks in the room
From memory.
puts it on autopilot towards the moon, and then walks back into the cargo hold, sees Jove Thor just like contemplating what to do. Ewan, tracking the eyes of his simian friend, sees that there's a plug that could be pulled. Ewan, being Ewan, does what he does and unplugs Scott from memory.
Ewan, what are you doing? Like, Leo's weird.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
there is a surge of energy that hits you back and sort of knocks you to your ass. And then you get up slowly,
Plates.
as you do, and you just see a bit of energy come from her in that moment, sort of turning off your vision you were sharing with her. And yet something lingers. She does not look like her. She looks like you.
Physically?
In your eyes,
Metaphysics.
Are you seeing this?
both mouths move in echo.
Are we seeing this?
We are
Yeah,
now.
Memory's mouth moves with the voice of Scott, but it's British and her voice.
Yes. Okay, so
I raise my left arm.
The left arm raises in tandem.
so Jove Thor will look at you and is like, stay back.
Has she?
And then Jove Thor is just gonna kind of he's gonna get his data pad out and just kind of be analyzing and looking at things. And is she an object?
Wow. Swung for the short.
Yeah, heard it, dude.
That's the R word. He can say, is she an object?
As in, can I cast identify on her?
Huh?
As in, can I cast identify?
Identify her.
Can you cast identify
Like,
on an animated object? Yes!
To put it another way,
You choose,
be an
you
object.
choose one object that you can touch through casting the spell. Okay.
She is currently an object. Go crazy.
Okay. So,
Stop. That's not even what I meant.
technically, as she is a robot, she has always been an object.
Just move. Let's just go forward.
She's not a creature.
Just Jofthor is going to go up, cast Identify,
That's the idea.
and scan her with my data pad, and what comes up.
All right.
Because do you want me to tell you like exactly everything?
Yep.
Okay. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement or not, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. Yeah. Or if instead you touch a creature through the casting, so she might be a creature, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
All right. So here's the scenario.
She has 5 charges.
You see a computer, a vessel, an object, and you investigate further. Using your data pad, connecting your own source of data, you are able to perceive that whoever this was has perished. And something else has filled its space. However, there is a bit of residual personality left over. And it is crying.
Okay.
Her lip just is quivering like.
Okay. So Jofthor returns to Scott's like, what did you see in there? Because it looks like most of Emily is gone, but there's still some of her left, but she has been replaced by something else, and I'm worried that it's Al.
No,
Anything that you can indicate saying that?
not from what I saw.
Okay.
This was memory. Why did you do that?
You were both paused and I didn't know what you were doing. I just figured that was the next best step.
What could possibly have put that thought in your head?
Technology's not my thing, but
Okay. From going forward, if I tell you that you can touch something, you can. If it's something of yours, you can do whatever you want with it. If it's not yours, don't touch it unless I say so. Capiche?
you're not my boss.
Mr. Carson, I think I should meet the rest of the group.
Do you guys need help in there?
I was about to go.
Bravo boy.
Is she up with me? Like she stood up when I stood up?
Yes.
Okay.
She's like a ghost.
It
like,
is
well,
not too dissimilar from the instance where you
Controlled a Scott.
controlled a giant Scott, controlled a Scott bot.
So you all memory bar.
Careful about how I walk, like, or can I control where she goes?
I would say that it's a carefulness that is more of a follow the leader than a independent chameleon eyes. Right? Like they don't move, you don't move independently of yourself, like move in tandem with yourself.
Is she gonna walk into a wall?
So it's not like that.
Gotcha.
It's more like I move this way, she goes, "Oh, I'm moving too."
Just botting,
she's like an NPC in a game.
botting over there and just
Yes. Until you take active control and then you become the other one.
So
she
So there's a tiny bit of her, but it's almost not even conscious.
It is crying for help.
apparently.
Like audibly?
You heard it,
So you
a distant echo poetically,
And I can diagnostically.
who's through the diagnostic.
confirming her essence resides.
Okay.
And so anyways,
Where's Leonard?
he's coming with me. So anyways, that's why it's always cold. So memory is like a robot, apparently.
Oh, you have memory.
Yes. Leonard.
Man,
Jofthor Bashawu. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes. You are on the dossier as well.
Dossier? What dossier?
He's got a list.
I explain.
apparently we're supposed to be friendly with Rupert Hayes.
And I mentioned Rupert Hayes.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun conversation eventually. Okay. Leo, we have a lot of questions to ask you.
I'm just gonna walk in the room with memory.
in the room
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
See
think
you
that,
both.
yeah.
Okay.
I bet.
Sorry.
Okay.
We're all in the cargo hold together,
Yes.
communicating in a circle.
All right. So
Now,
Trapezoid.
the most important thing at the moment, Leo, can you help me determine whether what is left of memory, because she's like an apparition, right? Or like a ghost, or is she?
Well, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping that like when there was an entrance, there'd be like a moment where
I see.
I like recognized it because this is like
So, well, so,
pseudo daughter.
yeah, so
Like,
she shows up
memory.
basically skinless, right? And she's a robot with feminine form.
Scott begins to peel the woman.
It's a good reference. It's a good reference. But anyway, two of them walk over, and you do see, I guess it makes sense for him to see you both as his children almost, right? Where he awkwardly, after having a conversation with Kane, it seems less awkward, as he hugs the both of you, sort of wrapping his arms around you, pulls you tight,
And we each awkwardly raise opposite arms and
and like hug
pat
back.
in sync.
And he looks up and says, I spent thousands on her. Where is her skin?
It looks like it's over there
In a pile.
Most of it was blasted off by a tank drone.
It owns a blast. Yeah, kind of blasts off. Let's worry about that later.
Some of it.
Very excellent work, both on Scott and memory. I am very impressed by the technological abilities that you have.
Thank you. I appreciate your kudos as a man of science, as you proclaim to be. I'm surprised you haven't figured it out. Scott isn't entirely my invention.
We assumed that you created mostly him. I mean, from the sounds of it, he was created right after Al, or maybe not right after Al, but he is a newer generation of Al. Did Al help create part of his interface in AI?
I saw no reason to continue an education that was being force-fed to me through AI when I could just ask it a very question and trust perfectly the answer was going to be accurate and no margin of error. Of course, I allowed Al to help construct Scott.
Interesting.
Has Leonard noticed that Memory and I are saying the exact same things at the exact same time
And such.
in the exact same way?
Are you speaking in tandem or choosing to be separate?
I was imagining it in tandem.
Yeah.
But
Right.
It should be all possible movements and everything.
It is.
yeah, like when we hugged him, we like,
Yes. Did you speak to him then in tandem?
yes, because this is still new for me
I see.
too.
Ah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that happened.
How much of a problem?
Al was capable of such duplicity, because of his data connection. Scott is capable of similar connections, however, his have to be integrated physically.
Yeah.
Well, we were integrated physically until someone interfered. And they both stink eye, you and Benogli.
Was it? No, okay.
I see. Was she active upon your connection?
I was attempting to revive any remnants of her mind that might be present.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know what you were doing.
Which is why you don't touch things that aren't yours.
No, I will be thanking you, Ewan. You could have, we could have had something terrible, catastrophic even happen.
Yeah, Saint, screw you.
He also murders people indiscriminately.
When you,
Only in the ways that matter.
What do you mean that it was good that he disconnected? Isn't memory our friend, our ally?
it is something to be aware of that drowning people pull down people who can swim strongly when nearby. As
Yes.
such,
Are we drowning?
part of the reason for my lack of love from the ORB and those within is due to what Al was capable of. I made a drowning virus that ate a collective memory of all consciousness on the planet and got too big for its britches.
What?
That
Sounds like hell.
that logically makes sense. It appeared to us as if Al was preparing for something. You said that the algorithm, I assume you mean Al.
Yes.
I'm making sure because overall, because earlier he did say directive. I'm going to lead up to that, see if they're two different AIs.
Sure.
You said Al detected a universal threat.
Yes.
Did you ever get a detailed report of what that was? Because based on a variety of things, it appears as if Al is making an army, and based on our interactions with Kane and his friends, we think that Al may have been preparing for them.
Who are your friends?
Well, they look like description.
Nice.
For the listeners who may have forgotten, though.
They're aliens.
They're aliens.
Non-humanoid.
Yeah, they're creepy. They're hug-like, and they're itchy, and they're blue and purple and pink
And white and
Psychically.
and psychic.
Quite nice. Yeah.
It's floating stuff.
Nailed it. It just sounds like a retirement home.
the psychic part.
Didn't like. Never mind. Didn't you just go to a funeral?
No, it's the same.
Oh, man. All right, so
Like hope with you.
he says, ooh, that's terrifying. I wonder if it's connected. Probably.
Did you not see the detailed report?
No, I saw the dossier of the people who were involved in saving the world. Let me explain. Al was made
Yes.
to be a gathering entity of information.
Like a central hub.
Linked with something called the Communion.
Yes, we've had interactions with the Communion.
Interesting. We'll ask about that later. After integrating with the Communion, Al appeared to me and my team and my friends, not your friends, my friends, that enabled us to put together this plan. And this plan required that I build a robot capable of infiltration and build a separate robot capable of integrating with the data. And so I built Scott, my infiltration robot, capable of infiltrating, and I built Memory, capable of doing the latter. So Al then said, no, it would not be enough. We needed humankind. Of course, I'm not normally partial to humankind, but allowed him to make an influence.
While he's doing that, Joe Flish is going to go over and poke him.
He's squishy. And so...
Stop. Just making sure. Sorry, just had to make sure.
I understand. So, I allowed Al to influence. He said 4 people. 4 people would be important. A soldier, a man with superpowers, someone with enough tech savvy to rival my own genius,
Thank you.
and a cop. With enough sway to mobilize an army.
I don't know if I have that much sway, but
I don't think that he's saying that you're the cop, Kane.
I might be.
I don't think you have the sway he's mentioning.
That was a commander.
Was.
Moving on.
Honorably discharged.
Moving on. So, you needed the 4. And you brought 3 of us. The 3 of us were brought together. Why was Rupert Hayes not?
would he have come?
I don't know.
Rupert Hayes, he's the cop.
Yes, sorry. Guy with the glasses and the golden arm and the badass.
A pain, that's what he is.
Look at the mustache.
And the mustache.
Each of you were meant to serve a purpose. I don't know the purpose. Al knows the purpose.
Why has Al gone rogue?
I don't believe that Al has gone rogue. I believe Al is continuing to do what he was designed to do.
Did you not include any fail-safes?
When you have a piece of AI that large and powerful, you can put fail safes in, but they have the processing power to get around them.
Why not just delete the
Is this true?
There should be no reasonable way. I'm with you, Scott. There should be no reasonable way that they could have hacked through me unless some sort of weird Japanese invention allowed you to surpass anything I could have data programmed at all.
But what about Tobin Kell?
Okay.
Ooh.
Al was trying to kill us long before we got those chips, all right?
But not maybe long before they were invented. Who else has a bunch of money and access to chips?
Oh.
It's a lot of people, probably.
No, we don't know.
Someone who's dead, or at least one of him is dead.
But do you know who Tobin Kell is?
Tobin Kell, right? Yeah. Yes, I knew Tobin Kell. Yeah, he was from Uranus.
Wasn't he the one who was the last one who touched Al before that decided to try and kill you people?
believe so, but it also said he'd been in the hospital under five different times or same time under same night.
And also we did was
Tobin Kell.
and we killed him.
No, we didn't kill him. His robot killed him. There's a distinction.
Oh yeah.
There's a possibility that
Toby for that one.
Tobin Kell may have
That's true.
cloned himself at some point, and he is still around.
And affected Al somehow, maybe.
Also, he is heavily involved with the Red Plains Tech Hub, and I did detect a strange hostile AI presence at the one on Mars.
You're saying the Red Plains Tech Hub.
Yes.
So, my understanding is that cloning technology is terrible. Doesn't work very well. But the Red Plains Tech Hub is where I picked up you.
Or perhaps he's made robot copies of himself.
That one track with hospital record.
Pretty squishy.
Yes, no, unless it was the original. That's weird.
Which hospital are we talking about?
So, the Solara Medical Center on Earth is
Laura Medical Center General.
yes.
Wait, the Solara Medical Center, that's the place on Mars, right? Known for the superheroes?
Their research facility
One here.
the research facility was on Mars. They have a general medical center located on Earth.
Seems convenient.
Went there. Stuff happened.
Let's just say,
Two things got broke.
Speak Batman.
We met Batman.
man, things happened. People died. Hopefully, people lived. It's fine.
I'm overwhelmed.
Honestly,
You'll
Leo,
get overwhelmed.
honestly, Leo, it's been quite a crazy couple months.
Crazy adventure.
We were kind of hoping that we'd find you and then you tell us what we should do.
So, Leo, can you?
Am I wrong?
No. So, Leo, can you confirm to us that there is a extra galactic presence that Al detected that he determined to be dangerous, and he was trying to facilitate a group of people to save the galaxy and potentially universe?
I cannot.
Don't forget to mention the sand.
We believe that is a byproduct of the portals that they have been using, so I did not feel it was necessarily relevant to this initial conversation.
Scott, what do you think?
Sand coming down to thin air.
I can make some sand if you need me to.
Yes, it is a byproduct of the portals.
Misty step.
Bit of sand left behind.
As you can see, is the byproduct of the portals that are created by Kane, by his quote-unquote friends, and by the kid in the basement of the Solar Medical Center.
I also did just teleport right in front of him.
Oh, shark!
So yeah,
The sand.
Mr. Cray, as you can tell, 2 of the 4 people in this group.
No, it's
2 of the 4 people in our group sometimes have difficulty having in-depth conversations.
here's what I'm good at.
He struggles with.
I'm good at robots. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to defer
Who are the other 2?
to what I'm good at. Scott,
Yes.
do you believe that that is connected to the extra, whatever he said, threat that Al is trying to deal with? Do you believe that?
From what I can gather, Al is anticipating a threat that is yet unknown to humanity. And he is, through any means possible, which tends to disregard our well-being and humanity's well-being, it seems, trying to stop that threat.
I like my well-being.
Perfect. What do we do?
Okay, well, before the internet went out on Earth, after we kind of blew up the power center accidentally,
I'm useless without the internet.
aren't we all?
Can
We were tracking Al as he was jumping from ORB to RRB with no defined point. I feel like we need to figure out where he ended up and then follow him so that we can hopefully try and get answers and either disable him or assist him in protecting the galaxy.
Does Al have a physical thing?
Yes, Al's central modem is located on Pluto.
That's probably where he went. And if it is a extra galactic threat, Pluto is at the very edge. So assuming that Pluto's orbit coincides with where the threat's coming from, it would be the obvious place to kind of set up shop and prepare for whatever battle may be coming.
Tactically, it makes sense. Pluto being a dwarf planet. No one would think to look there.
True. And
We mail there then?
Have you, did he mark our mini map when he said that?
Little diamond by so distance as well. No, it's like light years. No, he's just sort of nodding. You guys are putting together your adventure here.
no, I know.
I'm just some idiot who you've asked the wrong questions to.
I'm trying to ask the right questions.
Can you fix memory?
Sure. What do you mean? Like reset her? Yeah, of course. Her central programming is in there somewhere. You just control, delete, and hit restart.
With that do, can you make a copy?
Will that restart me as well?
As long as you don't maintain your connection.
How do I unconnect?
Disconnect.
You've always had the ability, have you not?
You turn off the controller.
You reach inside yourself.
All right, I'm gonna walk memory back over to the table and be like, come with me, to everyone in the room.
Okay.
Gonna walk her back over to the table, have her like lay back down, and then I'm gonna try to like mentally disconnect.
You do.
And how does memory's body react? Does it
just lays there.
It just okay. Cool. Wasn't sure.
Please proceed, Dr. Cray.
Thanks, son. And he walks over to the table
Well, limps over the table.
and he like peels up her chin, her lips up, her faceplate.
There's a button.
I can't say it now. But there's a button. Presses the button, closes the faceplate. No, there's some cool technological jargon that occurs. And
Joe Thor's very
There's a
interested.
button. And
Joe Thor's monitoring and trying to learn.
and
You
the,
should have just found the reset button.
this is some like CR30 crap. Not CR, but you know,
Yeah.
whatever. And it happens. And it's amazing. You guys suck.
It's 10 minutes of intense soldering.
And at the end of this process, you see this robot rise. And he says, well, you are What should we call her?
Isn't she memory?
Well, sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
She's programmed to do what she's programmed to do. Her memories are not her own.
Well, can you just load the last memory file that she had?
Yeah, like instead of choosing save, you choose load.
Well, whatever happened in the death corrupted the files. We could potentially give her new memories that match her old ones, but we could never reform someone who's died.
Jofthor is going to, again, walk up to her, cast Identify, like scan her, looking to see if that little bit that was crying out that both Scott and I noticed earlier is still active. That's the intention of
Sure.
the Identify.
And
what other
you learn from a bit of, maybe you're sort of in the midst of as he's doing what he's doing, you sort of open up the data and just want to see kind of, what's being overclocked, what's not, what's going to add up to equal a reset.
Right.
And ultimately, you do see that little piece that's there that's crying out for help. It's little more than a directive, little more than purpose, a desire to be helpful, a desire to live, and a desire to wreak anarchy.
Okay.
Well, I can say to Leonard, I'll be like, use my memory, give her my knowledge and experiences, but form her personality around what I knew of her.
Strange. Maybe you all could help. I need you all four to roll insight checks. We're looking for a win. Come on. Kane got some crap. What story does he make up?
Well,
What did you roll?
she wasn't always a robot.
Is it a 1? Oh my god. All right, that's a fail.
15.
Success.
9.
Fail.
14.
Success. Well, I guess it comes down to me then. See if I remember anything. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, well, it's been a while.
Oops. That's just funny. Would Leo have a data chip?
No.
What?
Well,
Wasn't a data.
she's a bit of an echo. Echo, we'll call her. All right, Echo,
It's a good name.
wake up.
She's deaf.
She sort of comes out and she's like, hello,
Are you gonna give
how
her?
can I help you?
Are you gonna give her a nod? The accent that you gave her initially?
No, because she's an echo this time.
So,
No. I'm. Yeah.
so she caught up to speed on everything that at least I know.
Everything that you would like her to be able to relate to you on is there.
Okay.
But the personality is not.
Okay. Are the skills there?
They are. It's part of her directive.
What about anarchy? What about
Part of how you can be you, Scott. Full of what you're capable of.
So we have another rogue.
So did that little sliver of her remain, or was that okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will see if I can boost that in the future, not necessarily right now.
Welcome, Echo.
Thank you.
All right. So it sounds like we should go to Pluto, because that's probably.
I thought we were to the moon.
I think we should find Rupert Hayes.
I think he'll find us.
I think we need to send a message explaining as much as we can to him.
Maybe Cray should send it.
Echo walks over to the wall and turns the light off.
Is the light on?
Anarchy.
He's back. Thank you, Echo. Can you turn the light back on? We are having a conversation.
Okay. She turns it back on and immediately back off.
I have a flashlight on my helmet.
I just look over to Leonard on.
What can I say? I'm a father.
I will.
It's been a while.
I will work on her later. So we need to go to the moon. We need to enter gap to Pluto. We need to contact Rupert Hayes. Maybe if Rupert Hayes is on the moon, we can talk with him and hopefully not get shot.
Will it
And
take at least 8 hours for us to get there?
To the moon? Yes, we should probably long rest.
It's like in our backyard.
Yeah, it's still a ship into space.
This is okay.
We're 2,000s of years.
We're not turning on the overdrive. We're just coast.
It took the Apollo missions multiple days to get
In
to
the
moon.
60s.
True. It's still going to take at least a couple hours. I think 8 hours is perfect.
Need a rest. Don't you?
I need it.
Yeah.
No, you don't get one, Mr. Unplugged. Okay, I'll ask.
Okay, then, the thank you I got was for nothing, and I'll die next combat. I'll be on your hands.
Oh, no. All 4 of them.
You don't come back to life. Yeah. There's no contingency plan for me.
All right. So,
Aiden Jones is
I got
real.
During, Leo's leg, like it was broken, right? Like
It's in rough shape. He cannot move quickly.
okay. So Jovthor, during the long rest, in addition to obviously resting, he will take Ewan's armor minus his helmet and do what he can just to kind of fix it up and get everything kind of back into shape.
Right.
Fix everyone's thing. Just do it. Hit,
Long rest.
yeah.
Spots.
All right.
Let's see what else.
I get up 4 hours earlier than everyone.
He does.
And then
So does Echo.
yes, and Jovthor's going to just sleep in his hammock, his monkey hammock in the corner of the.
His banana hammock.
Hey, you know what?
Monkey hammock.
They're more comfortable than you might think.
It's great. Got you there.
Are they?
Yeah.
You know it.
All right.
Have you never had the experience?
I've never worn a banana hammock. No.
Sleeping in a banana hammock?
Your loss.
All right. We've said everything we can't say again. That's it.
All right. See, this is
the secret episode that everyone skips. We have no idea why.
That's how you fund those. Why did I get out of it? While everyone's sleeping, I'm going to try and look for. I'm going to say, Memory, will you help me with the task?
There is no response.
Echo. Echo, will you help me with the task?
Yes, of course.
I need to develop an encrypted communications relay that will reach Rupert Hayes.
Is this meant to surpass Al?
It is meant to hide our location from both the authorities and from Al.
I would recommend we use one of our super secret chips.
I have some left.
Anything to avoid Al.
Yep. So I can just kind of say, like, we work on the ship's own communication capabilities to modify it so that
I need to know your data check.
my data check.
plus like 20.
This
Yes.
is plus 10, right? Or is it plus 20?
I think it's plus 20.
Perfect.
Plus 20 intelligence on checks to do with computers is what I have written down.
So that's 38. Wait, was the data check?
Is it plus 20 intelligence?
It's plus 22 your data check.
So 20.
Okay, yeah. To your intelligence data check.
Plus, so 49. Wow. 49.
You can't get much higher than that.
Yes, but I still roll against it.
No, I know. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying.
I will ask if you have a way to beat it.
I'll be scared if he has.
I'll use his own chip.
You mean I can do that?
He can do. He's the DM. He can do whatever the hell.
Yeah, but would Al know when to use it?
Yeah, no, he's, you don't know. Anyway, you do your thing and we know that's a 49 and I rolled against it and I know the result. So you continue to do that. Everyone wakens and they are prepared for their arrival at the moon. In the distance is a large gray mass.
Is it a moon?
It's a moon. The moon.
That's no moon.
Little Luna.
That's a space station.
There she is. Completely covering the small moon, relatively small, is an entire monorail system.
Oh.
With hundreds of drills positioned strategically around.
Oh.
As well as an array of city lights. And then also, to bury the lead, a gaping hole. And a bunch of miners and mining equipment.
Oh,
Go on.
I thought you like
Nope.
gaping.
Don't make the joke.
Don't do it. He said miners. Don't turn it there.
That's not where I was going. I thought you're the one that went there. I thought he was saying the intergap gate had been blown up and there was a hole. That's where I thought he was going.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Well, that's good. What about the intergap gate? Can we see it?
No, it's on the other side.
No, sure.
It's on the dark side of the moon?
It's on the dark side. So I put it.
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense.
Where the sun don't shine.
Okay, yes, but
The portal to Uranus.
Ewan, take us around to the Anzaidos. Scott, do you tell us about this secret message?
It depends. Have I finished it?
Yes.
Then yes. As everyone's kind of waking up and noticing the moon, Echo and I have been working on a communications a modification to our communications array that will encrypt us from both Al and the authorities. We could use this to reach out to Rupert Hayes, or really anyone we like.
Cool. Hey, look, the moon.
All right, so
After the moon,
all right.
noticing.
So do we want to contact Rupert before we go to Pluto, or do we want to do it after we get there? My guess is that it would be better to do it before, so that he can, assuming he believes us and decides to help.
What are we going to say?
I mean, let's activate this character before the boss fight.
Yes. I don't know. Right. So have you just been modifying the system, or have you actually been making a message?
I thought I was trying to make the array.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm just getting clarification. Just
We can make a message.
I've got it.
It's just,
right.
Why don't we just tell him that we need him there to save the world on Pluto?
What are you, dense?
Well, because then he won't believe us, and he'll bring a bunch of troops and such to catch us there.
I don't know if we are that much of a threat that he would bring a bunch of troops. He would probably bring.
been following us for a while.
We did assault the ORB on Earth.
Yes,
rather successfully.
but if we have a universe, a problem that might affect the universe, then I don't think a couple of beat cops and a paddy wagon is going to be able to defeat a potential armada.
I have heard that he has sway and could muster an army.
Yeah, from him.
Yes. So we just need to be able to talk with him and convince him with data and facts and evidence.
Facts and logic.
That's what Joe Floyd's gonna think.
You all serve a purpose. Whatever that purpose is, it's important to Al's goals of defending the universe from this external threat.
I could show him the sand.
You're seemingly connected to your friends. What did you do?
What do you mean?
What did you do? What makes you special? No offense.
Well, I somewhat saved Memory and Scott.
Right. Is that it?
I've had their back the entire time.
Plugs?
You've been sitting in a jail cell and you're going to ask what's special about me?
He's pulled a lot of plugs, actually.
People's plugs.
I just want to know what you've done, your achievements, your bullet points, the story.
A lot of
There's
bullet
lots.
What do you think is important?
I think getting this done, taken care of, so we have still a galaxy to live in.
Is this a few right? What have you done in the past?
Is this a political press conference? Answer the question.
We'll get there when we get there.
There's a letter on the desk.
It says 47.
Sorry. It's a reference to Trump and his Jess. You're good. You're good. Press conference.
It's the skip episode anyway.
Oh, it's a lot of good stuff in this episode.
Right.
A lot of questionable stuff. Yeah.
There's every bad joke we could make. We are 5 dudes playing D&D.
I was top of my class and was the squad leader of a high advanced military platoon who was honorably discharged when the bounty hunting, and they got roped into this.
What have you done on this journey?
You killed a lot of people.
I have killed a lot of people. That's fair.
Anything of note?
I've helped them. I helped them get in and out of places alive, and I've been the one piloting our ship.
Ever blew up BlackRock?
We did.
BlackRock, you mean like the
mining place.
the mining the
Mining facility.
You mean the same people who also operate a mining facility on the moon? The place we're going to right now?
Ah.
I don't know if they can
And there it is.
prove yeah, maybe.
Ah.
And did they see your face?
Oh, well, they're all dead.
We assume that most of the people, if not all the people, that were on the base that we may have accidentally blown up.
Quote unquote accidentally.
It's yes. We as far as we know, no one knows that we were involved in any way. That is all I know.
Right. I remember the dramatic.
No.
No witnesses. No, but there was, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Go back and watch. It's not like what?
Donnie.
I want to say 8.
The thumbnail is a tunnel with a blood trail.
That's horror.
Because someone drug a body through it.
Dragged. I saved you from a one-on-one combat.
Oh my God. Well, that was episode 12. What?
12? Oh, that was close.
Episode 12 was titled Blackrock.
Wow.
You did.
Yeah. Off the Shining Rock is a thumbnail.
Anyway, that's an important thing to think about
need to there.
as you approach a mining facility. I thought would spark the brains going, yeah, didn't we blow up a mining facility? It's fine if you didn't.
Forgot about that.
We did do that.
In real life, that was like 6 months ago. That was 18 episodes ago, as of what came out today or yesterday.
Be glad that I asked your character in character.
Yes.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. So Joe Flora would be like, all right. Ewan, let's fly high around.
I'm already. We
didn't finish listing off why everyone's special.
We know why everyone's special.
All right.
I listed it and I just didn't have anything for him yet, but now we got it.
There we go.
No, I did. I'm just kidding.
Blackrock connection.
All right. So we need to.
Oh, me too. Let's do it.
That's okay. Let's head there and everyone keep their head on swivel because we don't know. We assume Al is going to Pluto, but we don't know if he ended up here.
Question, do we get one shot with this message or is it a thing we can just use now?
And is it interactive?
For
Some relay?
Yeah, is it a telephone call or just a telegram?
I mean, it's like it's our comms, our ship comms.
Could be either way.
Great question.
You're not going to tell me?
Nope.
It was a 49?
You did it for
That's the 49 to make sure that they can't track us, not 49 to know if it's going to work more than once.
Okay, here we go. You ready? I'll give you. I rolled some dice.
Hey.
We saw.
And I determined, based on the dice, that this is 100% going to work. And you have no doubt in your mind that you and Echo together, brother and sister, were able to create a system that could surpass any investigation.
More than once?
We made it. How do we not know? It's a cell phone. It works.
Right.
Hey,
Okay.
cool.
Oh, it's got a cell phone now.
Okay.
It's a flip phone though.
Well, we should contact.
Nokia doesn't break.
We should. It Nokia's itself.
Yeah.
We should make contact before we land. We should.
Can I unlock this door? There's no key. Sorry, I'm done.
Do we want to do it?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, let's make the call before we land.
Okay.
So look up Rupert Hayes in the phone book.
Hayes, you go there.
There's 60.
Just call 911.
Okay.
We got Rupert Hayes.
So yeah, Lindy. So
What is the police number? I forget. Doesn't matter.
911.
No, but
yeah.
local law enforcement have numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So, Joe Thor will look around to everyone and be like, should I be the one that calls?
Oh, wait. I've got it. We call with a tip and we'll only speak to Rupert Hayes. We have a tip about some fugitives.
So ask him if his refrigerator.
Rupert Hayes, remind me. He's Southern, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
I believe when you did the voice of the character, you said, and I quote, I'm trying to think someone you'd be friends with.
That's a good line. I would have said that. Because it's funny.
All right. So I think Joe Thor's going to make the call just to local emergency services.
Right.
Um,
So you call 911?
yeah.
I think for dramatic effect, it would.
When they ask you what your emergency is, tell them an alien invasion.
I'm going to say,
I'll hang up.
911, what's your emergency?
my name is Joe Thor Boshalu.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Actual name.
I thought we were doing a tip and a tip just for Rupert.
or are we? Okay, he's not going to believe a tip that an alien invasion is going to be coming.
It's about us. We have a tip about fugitives that he's hunting.
Hello?
Okay.
I'm going to text you something.
Okay, yeah. I'll hand it to you. And
This is Caden Jones. I have a tip for Detective Hayes about some fugitives that I've heard he's been looking for.
Detective Hayes? I've got no one here by the name on the Moon Authority.
You don't have a Rupert Hayes that you can patch to Earth?
Earth, Rupert Hayes? Okay, I'll redirect you. Dude.
we don't know. Last time we saw him, he
I almost bumped into him at the bar.
You know it's bad when the police have hold music.
It was subtle way that had I not left when I did. Yeah.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo. 911, what's your emergency?
Hi, this is Caden Jones. Am I speaking with Rupert Hayes? Or may I speak with Rupert Hayes?
Rupert Hayes? You mean detective?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you hear another doo-doo.
Emergency line.
Hello. Is this work?
Rupert, how have things been?
Wait a second. I know this voice.
It's Caden Jones.
Yeah, it is.
Long time no see.
Star Trek! What can I do for you?
Good luck with that. Here's the thing. You don't like us, we don't like you. So I'll make this plain and simple. We've been doing some investigating, and we found something that you're apparently tied into. You don't know it, and it's important. The fate of the galaxy's at stake, and you're one of the selected people needed to save it. Whether you like that or not, whether you believe me or not, you and I both know that's a risk you have to take.
Didn't I hear that you were at the loony bin there on Earth?
Lost a good man that day.
Pardon?
Besides the point, beat us at Pluto.
Pluto. Where's that number coming from? Oh, I see you now. You guys are near the moon. I don't know where you at, though. I'll find you.
Beat us at Pluto. We'll talk from there.
Don't forget to tell him to bring everything.
Bring everything you can, because it's going to be a fight.
Oh, yeah? What you got? You got an army waiting for me?
You'll see. No, hang on.
The scene stays on Rupert Hayes. Did we get him? We got him. We'll pick up there next time. You guys thought I rolled multiple dice for you? Just one of them was for you.
If a 50 doesn't win, I don't know what does, man.
Was that natural? Were any of those natural 20s?
No. No, I just
Look me in the eye and say that.
maybe I. No, here's the thing. Like,
That's how Dayton fools us. He'll roll multiple dice and only one actually matters.
what was your goal? Your goal is to not be hacked, not be found by the big man who's going to murder you. But you want this man to follow you.
Yeah.
You want him to follow you to Pluto.
Yeah.
There's only one way to do that, and that's to get caught.
Yeah.
But no, he has no idea who you are.
I like, yeah, we'll let him. He knows we're on the.
I mean, it's your choice. Here's the thing. You can let him follow you or not.
Yeah.
All right. Then he'll follow you. And then the other one was just to keep out the other authorities. To talk specifically to him.
Okay. You saw Scott like in the turning the dials.
Scott's like turned it down.
Tracking ability.
So Al definitely didn't find it.
I took it from you, but narrative stuff has to happen at some point. You gotta railroad for sometimes. But let me know in the comments. Give me a dislike for that crap.
No.
Yeah, come on. No, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go to rolltomorrow.com if you want to buy a t-shirt that says something really cool on it. We're working on some gaming merch for our gaming streams.
Don't forget.
Have some good times.
Don't forget dislike and subscribe.
No. You only subscribe if you hate me.
People like to hate watch.
Wait, I'm subscribed.
It's a thing.
Do I hit you?
Yeah, people hate watch.
Then dislike and subscribe.
Tell us how much you hate us in the comments.
I told you at the beginning of this episode that we spent a long time fixing this audio. I hope it didn't suck. We'll catch you next time on Roll20. Bye.